Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Vecchione.
And I'm Greg Stone.
And we are the MacaroniRascals. It's a great new podcast. Me, my friend Greg Stone, we riff, we talk Italian stuff, we talk comedy. We basically just have a good time. Greg?
Yeah, I think it's great, and you're great. I love you, and we'll do more.
I love you, and I love doing this podcast from the darkest corner of your apartment.
I was confused that was happening. All right, we're here.
Welcome to the MacaroniRascals, everybody. It's Mike Vecchione and Greg Stone and Mike V. Suarez producing. And we're coming to you today. It's my last day in Aruba. Greg, your thoughts?
I honestly feel like you've been in Aruba for 9 months. I've friends who said have been in Aruba with you, have gone and come back already. Have you taken over Aruba?
Well, now so the point I'm just doing work here. I'm just working here like it's in New York, and I'm not even going to the beach or anything. I'm just in the room working. I feel like I do 10 podcasts a day. I do tons of bonus content. I do ads for my other podcasts. I don't feel like I leave the room. I got a couple of auditions, which I rarely, I'll get once in a while, but I had 2 this week, and it's like, it's great stuff, but it's like, what am I even doing here? I might as well be in New York.
Are you doing shows?
Mm-hmm.
Aruba shows?
Aruba shows.
How long have you been there?
How long have we been here? That's a good question. January 19th, 2 weeks, about 10.
Wow.
Now almost 2 weeks.
That's pretty good. I mean, yeah, you're not going to the beach. That things.
Well, no, I went to the beach 2 days ago, but I mean, the beach is out there today, and it's like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I should go out there, but I've just been busy with stuff to do in here, inside.
You should do the podcast on the beach. I would love to see you in the water, holding the computer above the waves.
You just want to get me naked. You just want to get me naked.
I know. It's just standard.
That's where you were going with it.
I mean, I didn't tell you get naked at the beach. I don't know if that's what you're doing. You do nude beach?
I'm getting, it's getting close.
What do you mean you're getting close?
Getting down to my skivvies. You can see my whole outline. You see my whole everything that's going on. Let
me ask you this, and I know I do this, and I think it tends to bother you, is that I constantly want to come up with a new idea for the podcast. I came up with one yesterday called, well, let me ask you this question first before I get to that. You were a teacher, right?
Yes.
What did have you ever turned a chair completely around, sat down in a backwards chair and said, let's get real, boys?
No.
What would it take?
I mean, the phoniness that would ooze off of you if you did that. I mean, everybody's seen movies. So
right.
That's like a classic scene in a movie where it just oozes inauthenticity. And the kids would, but those kids probably haven't seen those movies, actually.
They're young. They don't know.
They don't know anything about it. So I think inauthenticity now is the new authenticity.
Right.
Yeah.
What would it take for you to turn a chair around and go, let's get real? Let's break it down.
Let's break it down, guys. First of all, college, I mean, everything's changed since I was teaching. I'd be like, first of all, college is a joke. Don't go to college. What you should do is get a bunch of money that you would use for college and open a business and just figure it out that way. Figure it out on the fly, or go to a trade school.
I would say this. I'd separate the men and the women in the class. I'd say, men, here's what you're going to do. You're going to get a Twitter account. You're going to say racist things or woke things. Women, you are going to take all the money. You're going to put in a plastic surgery. You're going to shake your ass. Both sides will be rich. That's all you got to do to be famous in this country.
Well, no, you have to, I'd say, get all of them together and not separate them by gender, which doesn't exist anymore, by the way. I don't know if you got the memo. But get them all together, and I would go, outrage is king. Outrage is king. For my other podcast, we had Betty White. We had some Betty White causes of death. And my title was My Reaction. Because podcasts are reactions now, and we should probably have more reactions.
Right, we should react.
We should react. Like what if Stallone choked on a veal cutlet and somebody had to give him the Heimlich maneuver. Maybe not just somebody, maybe Judge Judy had to give Stallone the Heimlich maneuver. Greg, what would your reaction be to that?
Wow. How come that's no one's ever reaction? Just excited. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That's when I react.
Can vegans say holy cow?
Yeah, Hindus believe in cows as holiness.
Yeah.
Holy cow is better for Hindu. They would say hungry cow. It feels like I'm way louder than you are. I can't really hear you as much.
I think you're doing it to establish dominance. Mike V. Suarez, could you weigh in on it? Is Greg trying to establish dominance in this episode? He knows I'm on my last day of vacation. He knows I'm weak. And then he's trying to subtly raise his volume, wear his power cap, his burrow cap that he likes to wear. I'm a burrow guy. And I'm just aggravated with him right now, Michael V. Suarez. And I want to talk to you. I'm talking around Greg at this time.
Offensive.
Well, it's more that his mic is clear, and then I fix it in post.
Oh, this is a post kind of situation.
Can you fix
post-racial?
Can I get the joke off? Can you fix Greg's hurtful tactics in post, Michael? I mean, this is a father on the move, apparently. This is a father establishing dominance in his home and establishing dominance on a macaroni-related based podcast.
Hey, Suarez, can you fix Mike's rage and jealousy in post? Can you fix that in post? Huh? Or maybe can you fix that? Could you just maybe take that down a little bit? Because it shows that he's jealous of my baby. Baby.
Michael V. Suarez, I'm talking to you now. Can you fix Greg's smart mouth? His smug, smart mouth in post. I know you can't do it now. No one can stop it. No one can stop it. But is it possible to do it in post?
Mike, I'm just wondering if you could call someone in CGI and maybe computer graphics better attitude on Mike. Could you do that? Could you, like they did with Luke Skywalker, can you put a better fucking attitude on Mike V. Echione? That's a new name I came up with, like Mike V. Suarez.
Oh, you know,
I
was. It's funny you mentioned new names because I'm workshopping new nicknames, and I found one that I think that we've been using in the small hotel room that we've been staying in quarantined, and it's Baby Meatballs. Michael Baby Meatballs Vecchione. Baby Meatballs.
Let me say this. Let me talk to the people. Let me talk to the people real quick. People, what do we think of this name? It's a win. It's a win. I got 4 wins. I got 4 people voted it a win. That's a goddamn win by 4 people in my room. I think it's a Baby Meatballs. BM for short. BMV.
Yeah.
BMV.
Michael Baby Meat MBMV. No, that's too long. Baby Meatballs. Baby Meatballs. Baby Meatballs.
Mr.
Are you do you have sound effects today?
I don't. They're gone. Psych. They're always here. Come on, what are we doing?
We'll be right back with sound effects.
I heard a sound effect on Investigates with Mike, and I got upset. I know you've been doing it for a while, but I thought that maybe that was our thing.
I have 1 horn, Greg. And if you're jealous of that, we'll be right back. We'll be if you're jealous of that 1 horn, Greg, I don't know what to tell you. And every time I see Friday Night Greg, I just saw a clip with you and Cypher. So It's like I get jealous too. That should be me. That should be me up there.
It could be you. It's right now. It's you.
Right.
Why don't you come on my podcast? Would you want to, or you too much, Greg?
I want to put everything into. I want you to leave your podcast. I'll leave my podcast, and we'll put all our chips into this podcast.
Well, why don't you tell me that? Why don't you tell me that?
I'm trying to have a business meeting with you now.
Okay. Well, I have a couple of business things I'd like to talk to you about.
What some business things would you like to talk to me about, Greg?
Cash, flow, NFTs, stocks, Bluetooth headphones. What do we do with that stuff? That's business stuff that we need.
Business stuff that we're talking about, and a lot of the people listening probably don't understand. But they don't understand business the way we're talking about business.
Synergy. Bitcoin,
synergy, Dogecoin, offshore accounts, offshore Patreons. Maybe
an offshore Patreon.
Offshore Patreon. And that would seem a little bit more devious. And then their wife finds it and they go, what's this about? An offshore Patreon? It's for the Rascals, the Macaroni Rascals.
I'd like to pivot for a second. Pivoting. That's another business word. Pivot. Bandwidth. Circle back.
Yeah, circle back is a great one, Greg.
I like to circle back to
circle
pivoting.
back right now. I'd like to circle back right now to what you were saying.
And if you guys are out there, you know business words, tweet at us some business words. Nothing else. Just tweet business words.
Business
words.
Because we're about business right now. We're about the business.
Hefty. Is that a business word? I'll do a quiz. I'll say a word. You tell me if it's a business word.
Yes.
Hefty. Yeah, hefty load.
No. That's a blue collar word. That's a guy who's not in business. He's a blue collar worker. Hefty.
Hefty. Husky.
Husky. Another blue collar word.
They used to call me Husky.
They used to call me Husky also.
Well, they didn't call me Husky. They would call me if they, Greg, look at Mike. Look how husky he is. So I'll go,
I figured that we had that in common. 2 huskies equals an obese.
I'm fat now, but I wasn't when I was young.
You're not fat. That's not the proper branding. It's dad bod.
Which I had before the baby.
Bod, Greg, and it's sexy and women like it. And women are trying to break up your family because they're trying to slip abs, which is something that people are saying now.
Say that again, because you did break up because of the Aruba connection.
Oh, I'm about to break up your family because women are slipping into your DMs because of your dad bod. And Calvin will have 2 Christmases.
Woo, that's why I keep telling them, the more divorces I get, the more Christmases you get, pal.
Double
I'm doing it for
Christmas
you.
Calvin. That's a good nickname for him if you get divorced. Double Christmas Calvin.
He keeps inviting women over. He has his own Hinge profile for me to get me to meet more women so we can have more Christmases. I've never seen him move.
He's trying to undermine your marriage.
Yeah, he's trying to break us up so we could have more Christmases.
Calvin
fucked up.
Is so devious.
I know.
He's so devious. It's always bald guys who do that kind of stuff. I'm sorry to single one group out, but the balds really have their way with stuff. And they go, I don't have any hair. I don't have any hair. I'm vulnerable. It's like you're trying to break up your father's marriage, Calvin.
Right. I always ask, did you go bald or did your hair leave you? I think it left. I think.
Such a good slam, Greg.
Yeah.
That's slamtastic. Can I invent a word?
You can.
Slamtastic. The kids are going to be TikToking on that one.
Are they going to be? Yeah. So
I think if you get Calvin his own TikTok, that way he'll stop trying to break up your marriage. He'll become naturally more entertaining. Get him his own TikTok. Stop holding him back, Greg. You're just jealous that Calvin is a star. And you're trying to hold back from having his own TikTok.
My wife won't let us have one. I think she's afraid that he'll want to be in the CIA or something one day, that I can't put his face online. She won't let me do it. And I'm like, you're holding me back from 1 million likes, from fame, fortune, and all my dreams of getting likes based on a cute baby. This is crazy, you bitch.
I mean, I wouldn't call her that, but Tita's being kind of a dictator right now.
Yeah,
and that's the word. Now we're talking about leadership terms, Greg. And she's being a dictator and she's being oppressive.
What do you call a cockhead potato who tells you what to do?
What?
A dictator.
Oh, I thought you were going to call it potato chips. That's a snack. That's an oppressive snack that doesn't let you put your baby on TikTok. Potato chips.
It's fucked up. Who are you voting for in the next election? Let's get political.
Wow. Let's not, Greg. Before we get into that, let's circle back.
Okay.
Business term. Let's circle back because something big just happened. I don't know if you're aware of it. Groundhog Day. How did you celebrate, Greg?
Oh, well, the one we do is we put Calvin in a nice little snow igloo. And if he walks out, we get 5 more days of summer. If he gets a cold, we go to the hospital. And that's how we do Groundhog Day.
I thought you put Calvin in the crib, and if he manages to climb out, then social service comes and takes away your child.
Yeah, they keep trying to get in.
Yeah. 6 more weeks in prison for you and Tita, right?
That's not funny, man. You know,
it's funny, Greg. It's an edgy podcast, buddy. It's an edgy podcast. And if you're not willing to put your family on the line for it, then our Patreon subscribers will go to Tuesdays with Stories or other snarky podcasts with great jokes.
Well, I wouldn't say they have great jokes. I would say they have skinny people with no chins.
They are skinny and they're sexy and they have great jokes. And you know what? It's got to push us to be better.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about business terms. Okay,
No.
Greg? We have to get better. We have to improve the bottom line here. Business terms.
All right. Lavender. Is that a business term?
No, that's a bathroom term. I think you're confusing business and bathroom.
No. Okay. What about this one?
You
What
are,
about
Greg. Yes, you are. Floor mats.
enterprise?
Yes, enterprise is a business term. We're being
Outfit.
enterprising right now.
Let's outfit this place to win.
Well, that's a mob term. The outfit was the mob in Chicago. They called it the outfit. I know you hate mob terms, but I'm bringing it in.
Here we go. I'm looking up some business words here.
How about efficiency? Because this is taking so long. Inefficiency.
Bi-weekly.
Yes.
We'll have something bi-weekly.
That's bi-weekly is not as. I'll tell you a better one. Quarterly.
Okay. Quarterly.
Quarterly. We need to look at our numbers, and if we're not doing this quarter, Greg, we need to siphon off some overhead, which is another word.
Okay. Here we go. I got this. Is going to be a big one here. Are you excited? Here we go.
Do you see me? I'm about jumping out of my skin.
Let me get a new. Okay. Facilities.
Yes. And also the verb, the action form of that, facilitate.
Facilitate.
Facilitate this podcast so that we have a good quarter.
We could make good dividends.
The dividends this quarter are up. Profit margin, Greg. Profit margin.
Petty cash.
Yes. Petty cash.
Well, pretty cash. We put a little pink wig onto a dollar bill. See if the 10 wants to fuck it. That's the pretty cash.
Pretty cash. Pretty cash and petty cash. Petty cash is kind of like you're disrespecting it. You're like, this is nothing.
Nothing.
It's like, you don't mind if I steal it. And it's like, oh, we do mind if you steal it. You'll get fired for that. Well, then why are you calling it petty?
It's petty.
It's nothing.
I think we should use cash as a synonym, that should be a rascal word. We go, if something's cool, you go, that's cash, Mike. That shit's cash. That's cash.
Money. That's cash. That's Bitcoin.
That's Bitcoin. That's currents.
You want to move to the next level, Greg? We'll call everything that's cool Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin. That's
Bitcoin, bro.
Dogecoin.
Log in.
That's an electric car. That's an electric refill station.
I'm logged in right now.
We'll go futuristic.
Dude.
Well, what do you think of the name Baby Meatballs? Do you like it?
Let me tell you this, and let me step outside of the joke podcast for a minute. Let me be 100% serious. That's the best nickname I ever heard in my life.
Is it?
Yeah. Baby Meatballs?
Yeah.
Baby Meatballs is cash. That's cash right there. That's cash in the bank. That's cash.
Money, dog.
Hell
Baby
yeah.
Meatballs. Michael
Blockchain.
Baby Meatballs Vecchione. Baby Meatballs.
Blockchain's my new rap name.
Blockchain?
Blockchain. Yo, we from D Blockchain. Chain gang. Yeah, that's cash. I think it's all cash. It's all money in the bank. It's log in.
Let's move forward.
Yeah.
How do you celebrate Groundhogs Day?
Well, I forgot that it was
a thing. Is it a thing? Do you get excited about it? Like maybe it's just because I'm a Pennsylvania guy and you're a Jersey person, so you don't respect it as much as I do.
I don't let the weather, how long the winter's going to. I don't believe in letting the winter be decided on a fucking animal that doesn't even know isn't even sentient, doesn't even have feelings.
Well, I mean, maybe he does have feelings, and maybe you're not a biologist. But I will say, would you prefer another animal takes that responsibility?
Yeah, maybe a dolphin. A dolphin is smart. Yeah.
I can't stand that you're saying that dolphins are really smart. They're not that smart.
What are you talking about? They're not that smart.
They're not that smart, dude.
They flip out of the water and they flip back in.
They're entertaining. You
and we're entertainers.
We're dumb as shit.
Are we dumb as shit? 7 times 7.
Fires over here.
What's 7 times 7?
49.
Smart as hell, dude.
Dude, basic math. Yeah. You got the right guys. You got the right guys.
Well, you got the right guy.
Like general math, this is a general math podcast. If you have questions about general math, tag us on Twitter and ask us. And anything multiplication tables 1 through 12, do you have them on lock, Greg? Multiplication tables?
I do not, but I have other skills.
What do you have?
I can do any multiplication table that is 11 or 5. I could do 5, 2, and 11. Those are the only ones I got.
5 times 2.
10.
Yes.
See, I got 5 then. I got 5s on lock.
That's why the fans love you.
Give me an 11 one.
11 times 12.
Come on, you can't go over 10.
Yes, I can, dude. It goes up to 12. 12?
1,212 maybe?
No, 132.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, ask me one under 10
right?
for 11.
Mike, is that right? I'm waiting for confirmation.
I believe so, yes.
12 times 11 is 132, Greg.
Okay, for 11, I only go up to 9. Ask me one below 9.
11 times 8.
88.
Yes.
See, those I got.
This is a championship podcast. We're very honest about our expertise. We don't claim to know things that we don't. But one of the things that we do know for the listeners out there, for a macaroni-related listener, we know general math.
If I had 3 pots of pasta,
right,
and each pot of pasta had 6 pieces of pasta in it, not a big dinner. We're very poor. How many pieces of pasta do I have?
Say the first part again.
There's no way I can. There's no way. Okay, I have pots.
The answer is intermittent fasting. If you skip a meal and then you eat how much pasta can you eat? Can you eat a plate? Can you eat a pound? When Tina makes pasta, she goes, "How much do you want me to make, Greg?" And the answer is what?
I've never seen a limit. That's whatever you make, I'll eat. And she knows that. You eat first. You fill your plate. What is left, I eat. And get me some regatta cheese. I put regatta on it. I love regatta. Let me a little ragout. A little regatta. How do you say it? Regatta. Regatta.
I put a fresh Parmesan. I like a fresh Parmesan over my plate. And I can eat a pound. I can put down a pound. But I've recently stopped that because it's like, that's too much food. You don't need to eat a pound of pasta. It's not a competition. It's not going to make my mother love me more. Is it going to make your Tita love you more if you eat more of her food? Look at what a big boy I am. Look at what a big boy I am.
I met your mother and she can't love you anymore. No, she loves you the maximum amount. And I've seen it with my own eyes.
She loves me 2 pounds worth instead of 1 pound.
I know, the 2 pounds of love right there.
Greg, I'm going to circle back again to Groundhogs Day because you're just evading the question.
All right, baby meatballs. What do you want to know?
Well, you said that you don't trust the groundhog, which is crazy. And you said you would rather have a dolphin. If a dolphin pops his head out of the water 3 times, what's that mean?
That means the world's going to end because of climate change, because that's how smart they are. They're scientists.
Yeah. Dolphins are scientists?
Yeah, they're water scientists. Everyone knows it. If you don't deny it, you're an asshole.
Are you a water scientist denier, Greg? Do you think there's a lot of people out there who deny that dolphins are scientists?
I think there are.
Okay. Well,
what do you think about Groundhog's Day?
I love it, man. I love the excitement of it. And I think that we should give other responsibilities to other animals, you know? Beavers can be doctors, okay? A woodpecker can also be a chiropractor. I think they should be just medical. And then an ostrich can be a chef. Just like, let's start giving animals jobs and let's stop playing around. And then we can have a universal basic income. Let these animals work. They're just sitting around all day. And it's I'm tired of it, Greg.
Humans are building dams. We have beavers. Put the beavers to work.
Put the beavers to work. And in a lot of landscape situations, they're taking goats and they're having them just eat the lawns. Have the goat eat your lawn. When I was living in Ohio, they were like, you got to cut the lawn. You got to cut the lawn. It's like, there's perfectly hungry goats out there who would love to cut the lawn. And you're forcing me? Huh?
You're wasting goat food.
Yes. Let the goats cut the lawn. Let the animals do the work. And I think Groundhog Day is a great example of, and we just don't like it because it's entertaining and we look at it as a goof, but it's really a high level. Give animals these high level jobs. I think that, it's like he predicts the weather, the groundhog. Okay. How about like a woodchuck does sports? Just a whole news broadcast of just animals. A kangaroo is an anchor, you know?
Also, more gambling. Let a horse tell me who's going to win the next game.
I love that.
You know?
I love the whole thing with an octopus choosing the Super Bowl. Or
What?
a dog. A dog there's two bowls, and you have one team one bowl, one team the other bowl. Wherever the dog goes to eat, that's who wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And to circle back to your job thing, let an octopus be a drummer. You know, how many times have you seen that? Octopus has got lots of arms. Get a stick in there. Play lots of drums. You know what I mean?
Put Neil Peart to shame. God rest his soul.
God rest Neil Peart's soul. Who's Neil Peart?
It's not Neil Peart. We're not talking about coffee, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
It's Neil Peart, the drummer for Rush.
Oh, I guess how long did it take him to die? Didn't seem like
He died I think a couple years ago, but I think he was the best rock drummer of all time. And I think now but your suggestion of replacing him with an octopus is amazing.
The only man who can, he's got 8 arms. Octopuses are also smart. Also, let an octopus be a hat. Right? Why are we paying hats? Get an octopus as a hat. It'll strap right on. Tie it right under your chin.
But then you only have 6 arms left.
Yeah, well, it can scratch your back. That's what's nice about it.
Each arm has a job?
Yeah.
And then one job is because of COVID, do you think one arm should just shake everybody's hand?
Yeah. Let me ask you this. I feel no, moving on. Back to you, Mike.
Okay. Well, I just think Groundhog's Day is a great idea. And you're a big fan of the winter, Greg?
I like the winter. I like to snowboard, and I like to walk through the snow, and I like how pretty it looks. But I don't like it better. I like it all.
It's kind of an obstruction. It's an obstruction to everything, don't you think?
To me, it makes everything an adventure. You know, now going to the grocery store is like you're going to the top of a mountain like Batman would do or something. It's nice.
Do you think, because I did on my podcast that Punxsutawney Phil predicted 6 more weeks of winter, but Staten Island Chuck, a rival groundhog, predicted that there wasn't going to be 6 more weeks of winter, that they had conflicting
infighting
forecasts. Yeah. So what do you think the solution there is,
I think you have to just give him another. I mean, I think that we need to figure out their deal, why they're fighting, but then say, look, we're going to give you a job. Punxsutawney Phil, you now do the presidency. Okay. Joe Biden has 4 more weeks left in the presidency because if he sees this thing, and then we get a new president, whoever that would be.
That would be pretty good to have a groundhog president.
Oh, you want him to be the president? I was just saying let and see how long the terms are, but you want to bring a full groundhog in as the president.
Would you vote for a groundhog?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. He's in, he's out, like he's in, he's out, sees his shadow, afraid of his shadow, making key command decisions. I like it.
Everyone knows the presidency is, please, it's a kangaroo court. It's not real. The president isn't doing anything. So we know that. So stop giving us a real person. Just may have fun with it. We know the president's not doing anything. The the deep state is making all the rules. So at least make the president a puppy.
That's pretty great, Greg. And I like the idea of kangaroo court, but I like a kangaroo president. He meets with other presidents and just punches them. He punches them and hops around. There's a fun lightheartedness to a kangaroo. You don't know what's in the pouch. Is it a treaty? Is it a bomb? You don't know what he's coming with. You don't know what his intent is, what his premeditation is when he comes to a meeting. He could have anything in that pouch. And he's just kind of fun and lighthearted. He's friendly. He kind of looks like a dog, but he can jab. It's great.
I'll say that.
To have a kangaroo president. This is a great idea, Greg. And a lot of these ideas just go out to the airwaves and to our Patreon subscribers. But I think this is a good one.
Kangaroo president is a great idea.
President.
Also, what I love about it, I want to circle back to what you said there. If I could pivot, is that let me tell you this: it's so cute when it's the only animal that literally throw you a punch and you go, "I'm not mad at you." You're so cute. I don't mind.
He's got a small dog face, so it's like. It's like he'll punch you, but it's also, if you look in his eyes, it looks like your best friend. It's like, I took a shot. I hate to
bring up old news, but one of my favorite internet videos of all, did you ever see the internet video of the guy where the kangaroo grabbed the guy's dog?
No.
All right, Mike, you got to pull this up. It's one of my favorite internet videos in the world. Kangaroo grabs a guy's dog. Guy runs up, punches the kangaroo in the face. Kangaroo looks at him like, dude, are you serious? He saved the guy's dog, saved his life. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
I did see a boxing video where it's a kangaroo was fighting a man, and then the referee goes to break them up, and then the kangaroo he's punching the referee. And I go, that's illegal.
The kangaroo punches a ref?
He's cheating. He started punching the ref.
Do you have that video?
I'm going to get another cup of coffee. Do you want anything, Greg?
I'm in America.
Okay. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll put my contacts in.
Can you
we can take a 2-minute break?
No, I'm going 2 seconds and I'm coming back. Play me out.
All right, I'll play you out.
Can you say
what?
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Hey, we'll be right back with Mike and his cup of coffee. So here I'm back alone.
I'm trying to find one of the videos that doesn't have a bunch of like added stuff to it.
Oh, okay. Here on the Greg Alone podcast, we'll go to Depression Corner. I'm having a hard day today. Let's bring it down for a minute. It's not so hard. I'm just so tired, and I think I'm letting Mike down. Let's see how Mike feels.
Greg, I'm back.
Or not. He's back. Hey, Mike. How's that coffee?
You were sliding into a suicide attempt?
I do Greg's Depression Corner, where I get real and I talk about why I'm depressed. It's a quick one, just for the middle of a funny podcast to bring people down a little bit. Put an ice cube in the coffee, if you will. It's too hot.
Why, Greg? Why are you depressed? Did you not sleep last night?
No, that's okay. I don't sleep anymore. I feel as though my brain isn't grabbing the right jokes today, and I can't get the right words.
I think we're having a great episode.
Yeah, that's because you're holding it up like with those strong-ass shoulders you got.
No, I'm not holding it up. Whose idea was it to go to business terms? That certainly wasn't my idea. But
stop.
Synergized over it, and we've had several breakfast meetings, some kind of a lunch, correspondence, and we did some emails and sent some memos, and we're going to have a PowerPoint over it because there's no glass ceiling on this podcast, Greg, and these are business terms.
What does that mean, glass ceiling? People say it, and I really don't understand it. Does it mean you can see the rain? I like the cedar. I would love a glass ceiling. When it rains, it would be beautiful.
Scary. It's scary to see that rain coming down into your eyes, into your eyeballs, you know? And it probably scares people into productivity, I would imagine. That's what the glass ceiling is probably about. Mike, can you look it up? What is a glass ceiling and what does it mean in terms of business?
I have one more idea on what the glass ceiling is before Mike gives us the real term. I think it keeps people working productively because you're in constant fear of shattered glass falling into your body. It's to keep you working.
Why? Because, and also a meteor might hit. If the meteor hits the earth, you will be able to see it coming directly at you. And that's pretty frightening.
Or it's like a magnifying glass. So when the sun comes out, it heats everyone up. Maybe a glass ceiling is free heating. I don't know how that would work with Hillary Clinton.
Office would be boiling. Boiling office? Much like
maybe that's what they said. Hillary Clinton had a boiling office. Maybe.
The actual meaning is an unofficially acknowledged barrier to advancement in a profession. So there's a impediment, but you can see there's more past.
So
you just can't get past it.
How would I use it in a sentence? We have to break the glass ceiling.
Oh, you got Aruba there. You got Aruba connected there. You have to do it again.
We have to break the glass ceiling?
Yes.
Yeah,
is that how we'd use it in a sentence?
Correct. In other words, it'd be like hiring a woman for a job she never had before. A woman's
okay, like a new thing.
Yeah.
Right. I have a glass floor because no matter how shitty I get at a job, I can't seem to lose. No matter how bad I am at this podcast, I keep staying up high.
That's pretty great, Greg. A glass floor.
I bet Hillary Clinton said that about Joe Biden.
Do you think they have beef?
I think so, because Hillary Clinton is. Look at the emails. Where are the emails? Everyone emails. I forgot what the issue was with her.
I've been dying to go political this whole episode, Greg, and I've been trying to keep us groundhog focused. But then you came up with a great idea of having a groundhog president, and I supported it. But then we also what's it called when politicians talk to each other?
Cross chatter, flip flop, talk. I think it's just talk.
No, it's something. It's they meet and they talk.
Debate.
They debate, but they come together, and then we decided together as a bipartisan move that we would love to have a kangaroo president instead of a groundhog president. For obvious reasons, right? Obvious reasons.
We're back with Politic Talk.
Yes.
Who's the mayor? This is my Politic Talk because I don't know much about politics.
Eric Adams. Transit cop. Yes.
He's a trans cop?
He was a former transit cop.
Oh.
Transit.
Well, that's a lame cop. Well, you're on a bus?
That's a subway cop.
Oh, those are tough guys.
Yes.
I think that guy arrested me once. All right. Another political question. What is a comptroller?
Oh, that's somebody he doesn't let the other person in the relationship talk or express themselves, and he's always going through their phone. He's very controlling. Don't you think that's what it is?
You know what? I'm closer than I've ever been. That sounds better than me. I thought a comptroller, he let you know how many free tickets you can get into the comedy club. He's the comptroller.
He's a comptroller. I thought he was being very controlling.
Yeah. I got my mom coming to the show. Can I get some tickets? Go talk to the comptroller. Should get you some comps. What is comp even short for? Competition? Complacency?
What's the real answer? What's a comptroller?
They oversee the accounting and financial reporting procedures of an organization.
Isn't that a treasurer?
I've never.
A treasurer just keeps track of the actual funds, I believe.
Okay. Well, I mean, that seems kind of like they're both money.
Right.
Both money.
I feel like they could just be the same job, I think. I think you could merge them in, as they would say in the business. You can merge them.
Give me, because we're talking business right now, and keep me on my toes. Give me any multiplication problem.
7 times 13.
No, under 12.
Okay, 6 times 3.
18.
There's no way to know. There's no way to know, but I believe it is.
I think that's right. 6 times 3 is 18.
6 plus 6 is 12. I know that because I can do twos.
Yeah, and you
plus
add
6.
one more. It's 6. It's 18.
That's 18.
Yeah, we nailed it.
Confirm it. Can confirm.
But confirm. Hey, Greg, do you think that would make me a comptroller?
I think
being able to randomly answer those kinds of questions. Not everybody can do that.
Well, you have to say if you put dollars on there, then yes. If I said it was a dollars question, yes. Let's get real. Let's get real with each other for a minute. Let's break it down.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm talking teacher talk.
Okay.
You're talking business talk. I'm talking teacher talk.
So you've got your hat backwards and you're sitting on the what do you get real about, Greg? What do you go into? What advice do you give to young kids?
Let's get real. Get plastic surgery on your butt and shake it on TikTok. That's how you have no chance of making it into college. You're too dumb. Shake your booty on TikTok to the trending sounds and make sure you put at the end, watch till the end, and make sure you put a Rocket Raccoon voice going, hey, this girl's butt is crazy. Watch till the end. You get 1 million subscribers. Now you're made. You're made in the shade.
I don't want to go that hard. I mean, I think those people are very smart. I think what we should do is reactions to stuff. We should just play. Mike should play something, and then we should do. Oh no! Like we have great. I don't think we're great actors, but I think we're great at reactions, and that's a whole field now where we're like, what? What?
Right.
No, he didn't.
Hey, watch this one. Watch this video. And if you're watching at home, I'll. Look, grabbed his dog. The kangaroo grabbed his dog. Look, he's got him in a chokehold.
I think
this guy says, "That's my dog. Don't fuck with my dog." Look at this.
I love it. Oh.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on here, but the root has the dog.
You see that Australian? He squared up with him. He put his fists up.
Yes, yeah.
And the kangaroo did too.
He went like
and
this.
Then and he punched him. And the kangaroo was like, seriously?
Oh, the kangaroo has tiny arms. That dog could have just gnawed his arm off if you wanted to get free. Are those arms that strong? I don't think those arms are that strong. His legs are killer.
Yeah, that's the thing. If the kangaroo would have kicked him, that guy's done.
Yeah.
But he defended his dog.
This is a man's best friend. And kangaroo is nothing to a man. Is nothing.
Right.
But
man's
dog is the
third
best
cousin.
friend. You know, it's
Not even acquaintance.
One of the guys was down here, Greg. One of the guys from the cellar was down here. And he goes, my best friend is watching my dog. I go, isn't your dog your best friend?
Ooh.
That's going to get awkward.
Damn.
Right?
Damn.
My best friend is watching my best friend.
Don't name names, but name names. Who?
No.
Who sold out their best friend?
No
I want to know.
Dog.
Dude, you got to tell me.
No.
Come on. That's crazy.
Why will I do that?
They sold out their dog?
Money. I'm cash money. I'm cash.
Oh, Lord.
That's one of the terms that we're using, right?
Your cash. Yeah. Would you fight a kangaroo for me?
I want to go to this story. Can I go to this story? Because you got to do your kangaroo.
Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. And
What's
then you can
your
go on.
question, Greg?
If a kangaroo had me in a chokehold, would you punch the kangaroo for me?
Yeah.
So I wanted to know.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know.
Absolutely, I would. Or if the kangaroo broke your neck before I could get to him, the kangaroo would have to take over your part of the podcast.
So you'd really have to either kill me or not kill me.
Hey, Greg,
That's
if the
fair.
kangaroo took over your part of the podcast, we'd probably be jumping around less.
You'd be, you'd be jumping in Patreon subscribers. People want to see that.
They would want to see it, but no, they want to see us more.
Yeah.
Okay, let
Now-
me tell you about this. There's this news article, Michael, where there was a riot at a Golden Corral in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Ben Salem, Pennsylvania, there was a riot. And could you bring up that article? It was in the Post yesterday. And I read the Post because it's the closest thing to my reading level, which is 7th and 8th grade. And also 7th and 8th grade math I top out at also.
Colin Quinn brought this up on stage, but no one knew what he was talking about because I didn't see the article. That's the thing about doing topical. Yeah, I really hope everyone saw the article.
Topical is good for the internet, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to see the article or they have to play a news clip and then the reactions.
So what happened at this Golden? What happened? Whoa! My reacting just the fact that
Golden Corral over a steak shortage. They ran out of steak, and these people flipped out.
that's crazy.
It's pretty nuts.
That's crazy. Over steak. It looks like a gym.
Video shared with Eyewitness News shows punches being thrown and
Baby
hundreds
chairs.
flying as a fight breaks out inside the Golden Corral in Ben Salem.
I feel like this is par for the course for a Golden Corral, right?
Well, I mean, you never know what you're going to get at a Golden Corral. First of all, a buffet kind of says it's all you can eat. There's kind of no rules. Okay.
Right.
So if it's all you can eat and there's no rules, then everything else is legal. Okay. Stabbing, biting, kicking, spin kicking. But I love it's like there's some rules. It's like, oh, we need a sneeze guard up here. But you can murder the guy in front of you in order to get a chicken wing. I love it.
They ran out of steak. So then how do you think that started? Like, how do you think that fight started? Someone grabbed the last piece and someone said, or someone was grabbing all of the pieces.
I think there was a line and then all the steak was gone and people were waiting in the line and they go, why was I waiting in this line? And now the steak is gone. Now I've also wasted time and I'm not going to get any steak. I was promised steak on this day.
Supply chain. The guy just starts screaming, supply chain.
Yeah, supply chain.
chain.
You don't make a promise of steak and then renege on that and then expect people to react civilly. I'm on the people's side on this one.
Well, you're a man of the people.
You should flip out.
Why? This is what gets me is how much is a Golden Corral meal, right? So it's not real steak.
Can we look that up? Yes, it is, Greg. It's real steak. Golden Corral is a great restaurant.
I'll tell you this, the stakes were high eating at Golden Corral, my friend.
That's a good one. Greg.
High stakes.
Check for that. Thank you.
Hit the wrong button. I still don't know I still don't have the 4 buttons memorized. Is that weird? Have you ever been in a fight in a restaurant or seen one?
Not in a restaurant, no.
I had a Karen moment the other day. Can I tell you about this? I flipped out at my allergist. My allergist, Tita and I call. Here's the thing about having a baby. It's real hard to get places. So we call. We're supposed to get our allergy shots, and we go, "Hey, Tita's allergy shots are at 10. Mine are at 1. Is there any chance we could just combine them, get them at the same time?" They do that for us all the time because you don't need to have 2 different appointments. Just one appointment, give them both to us. Guy goes, "Yeah, of course we'll do that. Of course."
Right.
We get there. I pack the baby up, walk in the snow. It was the day of the blizzard. Walk in the snow with the blizzard, get there. And these people are always rude. They're always they have a little bit of power and they wield it over you, right? And what they do is like, you'll get online and then you're just standing there. No one acknowledges you're alive. And then you go, "Can you help me?" Go, "Be with you in a second," right? They don't ever fucking acknowledge you. I get so mad. So anyway, we get there. They yell at Tita. They tell her, no. They're like, "No, we're not seeing you at the same time. You have to stay for another 3 hours." And so I go, "No, we're not doing that. We were told that this is how it is. And you do this every time." And this guy goes, he starts giving me attitude. And he doesn't realize he's talking to. I deal with hecklers. I will be in the pocket. I am like I am a master of keeping it cool when I'm furious. So then I just start like going in on this guy, right? He was like, "Well, why do you have like this?" I said, "Why don't you shower, sir? You're very greasy. Okay. You should maybe think about hygiene." And I'm not saying that as an insult. I just think that you could do better if you showered, right? Then her boss comes. I didn't say any of that, but I couldn't think of what I really did say. But that's what I was thinking. I was just going at him. She starts yelling at me. She starts calling. She goes, "Well, what?" All this shit. And then I just started like laying in on her, being like, "This is I have 5 points of how you can better this office. I used to do this job. I could do this job better than you." Anyway, the story didn't end with like a hilarious thing or anything. I don't even remember the details, but I laid into these people. I handled them.
That's great. It's important in telling the story to make yourself the hero. Even if you're not, if you had a mild confrontation that kind of went nowhere, or it didn't, or you politely asked, it's better to just go, "You know what? It was all out war in there." And did you eventually get the shots, Greg?
Yeah, literally, as I was a young lady, the nurse called me in, and so like they were getting to me anyway. So it was whatever. We go in, and the nurse tried to give me like a little bit of attitude, and I said, "Hey, listen, this isn't between us. This is between me and those people out there whom are been rude for years. They've been rude for years. So you and I shouldn't have an anger here, right? Like there should be no thing. I've been coming in here for years, blah, blah, blah." And then she got cool because she saw I'm a sweet guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I lost it on those receptionists because they have a little bit of power and they wield it over you because all of a sudden you're in their world. I said, "This is my world."
Yeah.
I should have struck one. I should have given one a fresh across the face. Slapping across the face should be okay.
That'd be called an aggressive reception.
I believe in the no harm, no foul rules. Yeah. If you slap someone and they don't have to go to the hospital,
right,
it's all good.
Right.
There should be a little bit allowed.
A little bit. No blood, no foul.
No blood, no foul. Right? Now, back to the Golden. Let's circle back to the Golden Corral.
Yeah.
Ooh, buffet prices. $8, $9.
Oh my God. That's a great deal.
Yeah. The Friday dinner is only $13 for all you can eat.
It's all you can eat for $13.
And
that's
steak.
Pretty great. But you don't promise something as valuable as steak and then run out of it.
Right.
I mean, at least put a sign up that goes before you take their money, go, all the list of all the items, and then do that thing where it's like with performers may cancel, lineup may shift.
Right. Steak subject to change.
Subject to change. Thank you, Greg. I was looking for like business term.
Right.
And it's like all of these foods are subject to change.
I would have just taken some French fries or some other stuff, covered it in steak sauce. They wouldn't have known. And then serve that to them. They wouldn't have. How good is the Golden Corral steak? They wouldn't have known. It's called a bait and switch.
The bait and switch. Mm-hmm. Because you're a take lemons and make lemonade guy.
I'm gonna take lemons and give them orange juice guy. Bait and switch.
Bait and switch. And that's a business term also, Greg. You know that? Bait and switch?
Is it?
I think so. It's a bait and switch. It's a business term. You can do that in the business world where you promise somebody something and then you bait them, you get them walking in, and then you switch and you give them something else that they didn't pay for.
But they didn't ask for either.
I have a similar story, and I have to do mine now, where it's like I had all these coins before I left Astoria, before I moved out, and there was a Coinstar up near where you live, and I put it in a suitcase. It's heavy, really heavy. I had a lot of coins. I put it in a suitcase. This is a genius idea since I didn't have to carry it. It was like 20 pounds. It was pretty heavy and awkward. So I put it in a carry-on luggage with wheels.
Yeah.
I just closed it, and then I wheeled it down close to you, but it's like 3/4 of a mile, pretty far.
Yeah.
And I go into because I called before, and I go, "You have a Coinstar?" And they go, "Yes, we do, sir. Of course." I go, "Good." So I wheel it all the way down there. I get there. I'm like, "What's up?" And they go, "Machine is broken. You got to get here early. You got to get here early in the day because it breaks usually at noon." I go, "The Coinstar breaks at noon every day?" He goes, "It usually breaks because people have paper clips and lint and all kinds of stuff, and they just put it in and it breaks the machine." But how about that for a business model where it's like, yeah, we have a Coinstar, and then you get there and like, it's broken. You got to get here early in the morning when it's like
that's a bait and switch. They get you there for the Coinstar. I'm like, but since you're here, you want to buy some Ben and Jerry's ice cream? It's a bait and switch.
The bait and switch.
Bait and switch.
Classic bait and switch.
They I don't know if you know this, but TD Bank used to have a machine.
Yeah.
That I would go, you could do it for free. That was the big reason I was a TD Bank guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do it for free. Get your coins counted for free.
Yeah.
Then one day they stopped using it, found out they were stealing money. They were counting the money wrong. Big lawsuit. Every TD Bank person ended up getting like $6 back for some shit like that. But now they won't do it for you. They won't do the coin machine anymore.
Bank?
TD Bank had a free coin machine. And you could bet. It would tell you how much do you think you have. And if you got within 50 cents or something, they'd give you a free little like stuffed animal or
that's pretty fun.
That's so fun.
That's a fun way to run a cash machine.
It really was.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Think you attach to that thing, that little arm that direct to pick up a prize. I think that would be fun.
To pick up what?
Opportunities for a lot of fun and good times that people in the business world don't take because they're not thinking outside the box, which is another phrase that is used a lot. Greg, do you think inside the box a lot, or do you like to think outside the box?
I think outside the box, but it's so bad that I can never think inside the box. You know, like I can't get the normal answers right.
I think you think outside the warehouse. The box is in the warehouse, and you think so far outside the box that you're on somebody else's property.
Yeah, I think at O'Hanlon's, the bar down the street, getting drunk.
Yes, you're at the bar down the street during happy hour. That's how far outside of the box.
They should, like you said, to circle back, use one of those claws, and you could pick up your interest rate, and whatever interest rate you could pick up, that's your interest rate for the year.
That's
you get like
great.
a 2%. That's pretty good.
That's a lot of fun, and it's challenging, and you have to have good eye-hand coordination to do that. You know, so many things are not based on eye-hand coordination, and it makes me furious.
Right.
It should be all eye-hand coordination.
I think so.
A lot of it should be. You know,
what? Give me an example.
I don't know. Like I learned to wrestle. I started wrestling in 8th grade, and I was by no means great, but I went to practice every day from 8th grade until college. And I'll tell you something right now. It's like I practice this every day, single legs, double legs, all these takedown like moves, like all this stuff. I don't use any of it now, Greg. And it's like I would like to be able to use it on something.
You should. Other podcasters. You should double leg takedown the Legion of Skanks. Not all of them.
3 of them?
No, that wasn't a good one. Maybe Nikki Glazer?
I would have to take down a 1-person podcast.
Jared Freed.
Oh no! You know what I like, Greg? Instead of like a podcast, our friends. Instead of taking them down, but like the Coinstar operator or the guy at the bank. It's like I'm depositing $100, but if I can execute this single leg takedown on you in the middle of the bank, I get $1,000 in my account. The bank matches, or maybe $200. Maybe $1,000 is too much. But like, okay, $100 deposit. But if I execute this single leg on this teller, okay, to full completion where I'm getting 2 points, then you match me dollar for dollar.
What you're bringing up is actually something that I believe in 100%, but it's a different business. What I believe in, when I went to go buy a car, you have to go in and you have to fight these people mentally, these con men, into getting a good deal on a car. But you're never going to win. They do it every day. They are That's what.
I'm not good at this, Craig. I've never done this, but my father used to do it all the time. He was very good at it. He would go in and he would like negotiate the price, and then my father would say, he would get the last word. He would go like if the price is 24,000, he'd go 24,000 out the door.
Out the door.
He goes out the door, 24,000 out the door. That means there's no taxes, there's no break something, there's no floor mats, there's no white. We're not doing any of that. It's 24,000 out the door. So
wheels up.
Anything above 24,000, I'll walk.
Yep, and I'll leave. I want to bring into what I think you do instead of,
because you don't have a car.
Instead of this negotiation tactic, I say they go, here's what we're going to do. We both go into the basement. Whoever comes up with the least amount of blood on their face gets to pick the price. Floor mats. It's a fight club. I don't want to do this mental negotiation. We should just fight the fucking salesman. You bring your champion. I bring my champion. Our champions battle. Whoever wins, that's how we make the deal. That's how we know about the floor mats. I think.
Fight Club?
Wheels up. That's cash.
Fight Club for Solutions. That's cash money?
That's cash money.
Let's end this episode, I think, Greg, by giving, you said 2 times 6, Greg.
6, 12.
12.
I could do
Give
twos.
me one. Give me one, Greg.
This is a hard one. I'm going to throw you a hard one.
Yeah.
8 times 7.
56.
We need to go to the board. Can we check that out? They say it's right.
That's right. That's a great one. All right. Well, I think we should wrap this up now, and we should go into bonus for our Patreon. By the way, thank you, Patreon subscribers, all Patreon subscribers, the full Patreons. We love you. We embrace you. And also, the envelope is a little light. The Patreon subscribers, who the envelope is a little light, but we love you dearly. Thank you guys for getting on the Macaroni Rascals bandwagon. We did a little bit of free flow. My last day of vacation. Greg is very tired. He's a man with a family. And Michael V. Suarez, somewhere in the Southwest. I don't think he wants us to disclose his location. But we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. The Macaroni Rascal family is strong. We're coming together, and we appreciate you guys. Greg, anything for the fans?
That's patreon.com/MacaroniRascals. Go there right now. Any donation matters. Any level matters. It all matters. It all helps. Let's do a final benediction. What do you say? Let's
do it. I'd like to thank God. I would like to thank you for giving us a Zoom, giving us StreamYard in order to talk to each other and to communicate. And thank you so much for giving us good business sense and for thinking outside of the box, for removing the glass ceiling and basking in the sunlight of the Bitcoin and the cash money that we are made of. Thank you so much, Lord. And thank you for this macaroni-based podcast.
Thank you. Dear God of business, thank you for your money. Thank you for my baby Calvin. Thank you for baby Meatballs, my new great name. Thank you for blessing Mike with the new great name, baby Meatballs. Thank you for Mike V. Suarez. Thank you for the Patreon subscriptions. And thank you for today's coffee, which was supposed to be hot, but they gave it iced, and turns out I wanted it iced anyway. Good night.
Good night.